Hey everyone, how are you? Welcome back to Legends of Sinister Urban Tales. Today, I've prepared something that will get your heart racing and maybe even leave you looking over your shoulder. We're going to delve into the dark, foggy streets of London to talk about a legend that never goes out of style, Jack the Ripper. You know that story that gives you chills just thinking about it? Well, it's got a new chapter, and it's spine-chilling. So grab a blanket, hit like, subscribe, activate the bell, and come with me on this terrifying adventure. Ready? Let's go. Imagine walking down a deserted street at night with that feeling that someone is watching you. Have you ever felt that? In London, 1888, this fear had a name: Jack the Ripper. A mysterious, faceless killer who transformed the streets of Whitechapel into a nightmare scenario. But what if I told you that, even after all this time, his shadow could still be out there, maybe even closer than we'd like to think? Let's find out together. This is today's story. London, 2025. Whitechapel is no longer the same as it was in 1888. But if you've ever walked down a narrow alley at night, you know that some places seem to hold stories that refuse to be forgotten. That's where we met Emma, a 24-year-old YouTuber with a passion for mysteries. On her channel, Shadows of London, she told stories of crimes and urban legends with such enthusiasm that it was impossible not to be glued to the screen. You know that friend who convinces you to watch a horror movie even though she knows you'll be up all night? That was Emma, always wearing her black-rimmed glasses and a wool coat that seemed to be her official uniform. She had a unique way of blending historical facts with suspense that kept everyone hooked. Emma shared an apartment with Sophie, her best friend, who was the complete opposite, super skeptical. She loved to make fun of Emma's stories. "That's just talk to scare children, Em," she said, laughing while sipping tea. But deep down, Sophie always supported her friend's adventures, even with a roll of her eyes. One night, while editing a video about Jack the Ripper, Emma received a strange message in the channel chat. Someone named JR wrote, "Want to know the truth about Jack? Go to Hanbury Street on the next full moon. Bring your camera, he's still here." Seriously, imagine getting a message like that. I confess, my heart would be in my mouth. Emma, of course, was torn between fear and curiosity, the kind of curiosity that makes us open the door in a horror movie, even though we know it's a bad idea. "Sophie, this could be the video of my life," she said, her eyes shining. Sophie, like a good friend, tried to convince Emma to let it go, but eventually relented. "Okay, I'll go with you, but just to make sure you don't make the headlines," she joked. On the night of the full moon, the two arrived at the alleyway on Hanbury Street. You know those places that seem straight out of a nightmare? It was like that, dark, with the wind blowing low, as if it were telling secrets. Emma turned on the camera, trying to keep the mood light. "Hey, Shadows of London crew! Today we're in Whitechapel, where Jack the Ripper left his mark. Could he still be around here? Let's find out." Sophie, holding a flashlight with the look of someone who'd rather be at home watching TV, murmured, "Emma, if this goes wrong, I'll kill you before Jack does." At first, everything seemed peaceful. Just the sound of their footsteps on the wet stones and the fog that seemed to engulf everything. But suddenly, a strange noise shattered the silence. A metallic dragging, as if someone were dragging a knife against the wall. "Did you hear that?" Emma asked, trying to look brave as she turned the camera. The fog was so thick that the lens only captured shadows. Sophie, who had been trying to remain calm until then, turned pale and whispered, "Emma, this doesn't sound like a joke. Let's go." But Emma, driven by that mixture of courage and stubbornness, wanted to go deeper. They followed the sound to an old, half-open wooden door that led to a dark basement. Against Sophie's every protest, and let's be honest, against anyone's better judgment, Emma descended the stairs, her camera trembling in her hands. The basement smelled heavy, a mixture of mildew and something that resembled blood. The walls were covered in scratches, as if someone had tried to escape. In the center, an antique mirror, its frame broken, seemed out of place. Emma, trying to ease the tension, joked, "Guys, if my reflection starts dancing by itself, it's time to run, right?" But when she looked in the mirror, something was wrong. Her eyes seemed darker, and a strange smile, not hers, began to form. Sophie shouted, "Emma, look behind you!" Emma turned but saw nothing but darkness. But the camera caught a tall, hooded shadow holding a curved knife that gleamed in the dim light. Oh my God, imagine the panic. Suddenly, Emma's phone vibrated with another message from JR. "Look at the floor." Heart pounding, she pointed the camera downward. Written in the dust in crooked letters was, "You're next." Sophie grabbed Emma by the arm, screaming, "We have to get out of here now!" But before they could run, the basement door slammed shut, trapping them both inside. The metallic sound returned, this time with slow footsteps, as if someone were approaching unhurriedly. Hidden behind old boxes, Emma and Sophie trembled, the camera still recording. Emma, whispering, tried to maintain a connection with her imaginary audience. "I don't know what's going on, guys, but he's here. Jack is here." Across the basement, the shadow moved slowly, as if toying with them. A hoarse voice, almost a whisper, echoed, "Emma, your story ends today." The knife flashed, and the camera dropped, capturing only the ground and the two's muffled screams. Days later, the video appeared on Emma's channel, posted by someone unknown. It ended with a black screen and a message in red letters, "Jack never dies." The video went viral, bringing in thousands of subscribers, but Emma and Sophie were never seen again. In Whitechapel, residents now avoid the alley off Hanbury Street, especially on nights with a full moon. They say that if you walk by, you can hear muffled laughter and see a shadow with a knife glinting in the fog. Is it just a legend or something more? Wow, what a story, huh? Tell me in the comments. Would you dare explore the alley off Hanbury Street on a night with a full moon? Or would you rather stay safe at home with the lights on? Is Jack the Ripper still out there? Or is this shadow something even more mysterious, something that never rests? If you enjoyed this chilling story, leave a naughty like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends who love a good thriller. Let's spread this air of mystery. Until next time, and seriously, be careful when walking at night. You never know who might be watching you. Don't forget to answer the poll in the comments and in the community.